Even in the most protected parts of the Brazilian Amazon, there's money to be made. These are areas the federal government says must not be destroyed. They've made it a crime. But Sky News can show that this year, deforestation in these protected areas is at record levels.
Brazil is losing a lot. Brazilian people are losing.
Brazil's president has promised to tackle illegal deforestation, but under his government, it's increased significantly. And powerful local politicians and business owners are at the heart of it. Tucked away deep inside the rainforest, a man brings his light aircraft into land. These hidden airstrips allow deforesters access to remote areas they can exploit for cash. Deforestation, illegal or otherwise, by cattle ranchers, gold miners and loggers is happening right across the Amazon. Thousands of people rely on it for their livelihood in places like Novo Progresso. This town was nothing more than a secret airstrip tucked away inside the forest just a generation ago. These days, it's a bustling hub, home to a population of over 25,000 people. But this growth comes at a cost.
The federal government and politicians that are supporting this government give impression for those that are doing these crimes that is okay to do.
The town sits right on the edge of a designated protected area of the forest. And we found that deforestation in places like this is at record levels this year. The dark plots on the map mean that deforestation may have occurred in that area. They're not actual deforestation, which is only verified and published at the end of the year, but alerts give us a reliable indication of current deforestation levels. Between January and August this year, more than 2,300 square miles across the Brazilian Amazon have been affected by warnings, according to Sky News' analysis of satellite data. This level is similar to those in 2019 and 2020, which recorded the highest levels of deforestation since 2008. Over 9,000 square miles of forest have been affected since President Bolsonaro took office in 2019. Most of the warnings were recorded outside of protected regions. Even inside these areas, where it's almost always illegal to clear the land, we found deforestation is accelerating. In the state of Pará, where Novo Progresso is situated, it's particularly bad. The town borders Jamakjim National Forest, a protected area. Since Bolsonaro's presidency, the average amount of forest affected by alerts each year is nearly 5 times what it was in the 2 years before. Using satellite imagery, we discovered this area. In June 2020, it appears untouched. By July 2021, it's patchy and brown. The area is being deforested, and we found out who's behind it. The neighbouring plot of land gave us a clue. It's an area registered to a key political figure in Novo Progresso. He's one of 4 consecutive former mayors of the town to have been fined for damaging protected parts of the forest. His one-time deputy, who's now the mayor of Novo Progresso, was fined as recently as August 2020. But how does that relate to our other plot? Well, using this clue, public databases and some details given to us by the Brazilian Environment Agency, we were able to track down the person authorities believe deforested this area. Our investigation once again led us back to a group of local elites. This time, the fine was handed to a Marta Smolski-Dill, mother of the current mayor of Novo Progresso, Gelson Dill. Miss Dill has twice run for Novo Progresso Council and runs a hotel in the town. She did not respond when we approached her for comment. But it's not just local political leaders. There's a whole web of individuals deforesting the area for profit. 23 local people were arrested back in 2014 in a major investigation. It included a man authorities have called the biggest deforester in the Amazon, Ezequiel Castanha. He runs a local supermarket chain and was accused of being in charge of a strong scheme of land grabbing, deforestation and illegal sale of public lands, together and with the support of other members of the gang. Authorities allege the group used so-called laranjas to hide their activities.
So they find a brother-in-law or a friend, and that person is the official owner of the land or official, owner of the company. And the person behind the facade is pulling the strings and getting the benefits and making all the decisions. So that again is common in this cases of deforestation, and it makes it difficult then to investigate who's really responsible.
It took 6 years to resolve the case. Many of those charged ultimately received suspended sentences. Castagna was found guilty of deforestation, but not of running an organised gang. Despite that conviction, he has continued to do business with local leaders. This document shows a contract he won in 2018 to provide local government with supplies. The name of the company he runs sits alongside that of the town's mayor at the time. Business leaders and politicians aren't just breaking the law, they're also lobbying to change it. They want to reduce the size of the Jamekjin forest to gain access to the land. They feel the status of the park is an unfair restriction for those who moved to the area during the 70s and 80s on the promise of economic prosperity. The current mayor has even met with Brazil's vice president to discuss the cause. Despite promising to protect the rainforest, President Jair Bolsonaro has cut federal funding to many crucial environmental agencies who are tasked with maintaining, managing and policing the federal conservation units.
You have a federal government where the president is saying that he doesn't like environmental NGOs. They're eco-terrorists. He doesn't trust his own data from INPE because that's being done by, NGOs that are eco-terrorists and so on. So he's signaling to local politicians that the federal government is no longer necessarily a guardian of the forest.
President Bolsonaro said last week that increased efforts to tackle illegal activity have meant that deforestation rates fell over 30% in August compared to the same month last year. But as our investigation shows, deforestation levels have remained consistently high since he came into office, and it's politicians and leaders at all levels who are allowing it.